Alright, what's good, y'all? Still scalpel out, baby. Let's fucking go. Oh my god, it's been a long time, man. But I gotta talk. Um, and I gotta review a few things, man. And kind of just get back to talking about some stuff. Um, and see what good that can do for me. Um, yeah, let's get to it, man. To start off in pre-market, we had CYCN. It was pretty dead before then, but man, this thing just came out of nowhere, just slinging around, 3 million, 5 million, 7 million pre-market volume on this kind of up only move right here. Um, I think it had some breaking news. Yeah, it had like a merger news. We haven't really been seeing this, so this was definitely a little bit unexpected to me. Um, but yeah, I kind of want to just talk about. I don't think I took a trade. When was my first trade? I didn't take my first trade until after 8 a.m. So I actually sat through and pretty much watched all this initial front leg up right here that kind of lasted up until 8 a.m. Um, and yeah, this thing, man, it was cranking some crazy volume, but unfortunately, I didn't take a trade on this, and I think I definitely could have. I mean, again, if we're looking, for that good first 5 minute pullback type thing, um, wouldn't really have been interested here because this one is kind of extended. That was kind of this right here. Um, Typically, I kind of like them coming down to the 1 minute 50. Um, so yeah, I wasn't really upset that I missed this right here because this was pretty extended. But yeah, once I saw this, I took a break closer to 8, and then I came back. And I had seen it kind of looked like this in the moment. I had seen that I kind of already missed the first entry right here, um, which would have been that first 5 minute candle to make a new high. I probably just would have taken an entry off the 5 minute rather than trying to look for like a starter on the one, because this one was a little bit, you know, kind of floating around here. I have two entry methods, so that's okay. Yeah, so that was that pop right here, and this kind of just pulled right back. And I think I seen that topping tail, and for some reason I don't know why I just thought I'm like, oh, you know, that might be rejecting. I think the main thing was that it was just it was just so up only. But I mean, again, the volume on this was crazy. That's definitely what you want to see. Um, but yeah, unfortunately, I took a loss on RENX earlier. I'm sorry, this had popped at 7:30. So we had got some kind of news on this at about 7:35. I seen a little bit of, this had pretty good volume. Not bad. Almost 3 million on this 5 minute candle right here. That's pretty decent volume. Um, Pretty sure it was a low float. This thing fit the bill. It was a little choppy at the beginning. You kind of see you were kind of just like chopping around, pretty aggressive right here. Um, I kind of sat all of this out, um, but I had it on watch after 8 a.m. So when I came back from 8 a.m., I kind of seen that we were starting to soak this 5 minute, and I took a starter once I kind of seen that it had this dip right here. I'll just mark that blue. Yeah, once I seen that it kind of put in this dip right here off the 1 minute 50, I was taking starters in here. And I was really looking for this. It kind of started. I wanted this 241 break right here to add some more size. So that would have been like right here. It kept just like tapping it, tapping it, tapping it, and like stalling. I'm like, no, I want to see this thing actually start printing over 241. And as soon as we got this little pop right here and on the 5 minute, man, it looked like it wanted to go. I did add some more size. And I started kind of risking off like right here. I kind of like moved my mental stop instead of like being right here. I'm like, I don't really want to see this initiation candle right here. This candle that should have pushed instead of, we want it to continue. I'm like, if I see this thing go red, I don't really want to be in it anymore. Um, but yeah, this thing, I took this loss on it right here. Once it kind of cracked down right here, I just took the loss on it. It's unfortunate because I mean, this thing had such a good move. Right idea, wrong time. Um, Maybe a telltale sign. This kind of like can be like a bait candle right here. It's kind of just like an up only 5 minute candle. The volume didn't really pick up maybe much as it should have. I mean, you've seen we're cranking a couple mil over here, and then that 5 minute candle just didn't really have much volume behind it. You know, you had a little increase right here, but it wasn't anything significant. So, um, you know, once you've seen this thing, you know, break that 5 minute candle high, and we just started to stall right here. Yeah, I kind of lost confidence in that one. Um, but man, this thing held up. I mean, it's so easy to like once you take a loss on something, it's so easy for you to throw that bitch in the garbage, and I'm so guilty of that. Um, and I don't know why. Like I feel like I'm still stuck like making like you know, either positive or negative I guess like biases of like market information that technically should be neutral. And I'm still learning how to do that. Um, but you know, I didn't completely count this out. I was thinking kind of like mask yesterday. I'm like, I know some other people were calling this out, but I didn't think it was. You know, it just went up. It went up only at open. Um, whereas you know, if we had like a little pop here, maybe like that first good pullback, and then we ripped through. But this thing just ripped right through pre-market high clear out, um, which was good. But at the open, I just could not find a trade on it, man. Granted, I wasn't on my setup. Maybe it would have been a little bit easier. You kind of get this nice like excuse my voice cracks. Well, first thing, what was good about this is right out the gates we got pre-market high volume. So you see this was kind of the high volume right here. We were breaking that, trading on higher volume than pre-market. That's always what you want to see. Um, but yeah, really, I mean, you got this up only push at market open. But you can see, I mean, this thing had, you know, pretty clean price action. You always got to zoom. If you see this shit just going sideways, man, sometimes it's nice to just zoom out and get a bigger picture. Because look at this thing on the 15 minute. I mean, it had a pretty good 15-minute flag set up. Um, and yeah, you kind of like, you know, maybe could have zoomed down, tried to play something like this into that open. But um, yeah, it was pretty choppy. I'm not going to lie. This was pretty choppy. I mean, you got a nice like first pullback right here, squeezes out again, and then pullbacks. You get a nice bait right here, kind of a long trap right here. That first 5 minute candle to make a new high, boom, kind of rejects, but then it just soaks right here again. I mean, this would have been a good entry, but just something you got to study, man. Maybe just different ways to enter this. Um, yeah, I mean, you can always expect a little bit of bait here and there, but you know, this was a good play right here if you were able to catch this 5 minute break right here. Um, but yeah, after that happened, I was like, fuck, you know, I missed this one. But I had a good trade on UCard, just didn't fucking count, man. This thing had, I think, some kind of, I don't even know if it had news, but I was interested once I seen it pop in pre-market right here. Kind of put in this pre-market high, and that's, man, that's always a target. As you can see again on this one, it just rips right through. Nice little pullback to hold that pivot right here. Um, and man, I was watching this so hard right here. And I did take a trade on this one. So I was watching it in this area when it was kind of soaking right here. I'm not gonna lie, I bit the bullet. And I took a starter right here, and then it flushed right down to the 1 minute 50, and then bounced. Man, I'm like, ugh. That's what I look for, man. Like I could have been a little bit more patient on that starter. Not that it was a bad starter or anything like that, but um, it did kind of get my emotions rolling a little bit because I took a starter here. I think I got like 74s too. I think I got like a 74 average. And then it kind of flushed on me right here, went all the way down to 67, but held the 1 minute 50, which should have been, I should have either, you know, waited to take a starter on that 1 minute 50 right here. Um, and if I missed that, then I could have just taken my entry off the 5 minute candle to make a new high. And that would have been perfectly fine. But I held through my starter right here. I held on to my starter even though we made that pretty nice dip. And then once we had this first 5 minute candle to make a new high right there, I added some more. Yeah, so I was kind of sitting at a 74 average. So that's that 5 minute candle to make a new high right here. Makes a nice pullback, 1 minute 50 tap again. I'm in this rips, and I had some orders. I took some profits here, but again, I need 10 cents a share in my prop for the penny. So unfortunately, this trade didn't even count. But you know, I think I just didn't feel really tuned in today, to be honest with you. And that's perfectly fine. I had so many temptations to overtrade and like take, things that are not my setup, and I was able to avoid that today, which was good. Um, it just would have been more pain. Would have been more pain, but I think this was a really good setup right here. Um, in my mind, I guess I thought it was extended, but the biggest thing is that anything can happen. I'm really trying to teach myself that. So anything can happen here. I definitely think this was worth a shot. Obviously, would have played out very well. This thing made a huge move. Even put in a nice solid pullback right here. Um, kind of just up only a market open. Even got a fucking another 5 minute setup here. Yeah, CYCN was pretty crazy. Um, we had a nice other play too. I did not get to trade this one. AGPU. I'm not sure why this was moving. Maybe it had some news. Um, yeah, I kind of missed this nice setup right here. This was a pretty good 5 minute play. This extension right here, pulled back off the 1 minute 50 area. Um, and I was so tempted to take something in here. I just didn't because I was like, I really had to fight myself. I'm like, I feel like since I missed this good first pullback right here, that I was kind of just getting FOMO. And even though, granted, this one did make a really nice move, I don't know. I just wanted to avoid it. Um, this is just one of those ones where it actually worked. And I think the reason that this had a good chance of working is because, obviously the incentive on this one would have been to just break new highs, kind of tapped it, made a nice pullback. It's not like it got, super knifed or anything off this level and then it just had some more room in the tank. But yeah, if I'm not able to hit this right here for whatever reason, um, I probably should just avoid it. Not to say that the second pullback can't work, but I mean, it's just not the same. It's not the same edge. It's not the same probabilities. Um, and again, yeah, I kind of just, I don't know. I felt a little weird in pre-market today, especially since I should have been paying more attention to CYCN. Unfortunately, just set up right at 8 a.m. and like I usually get my kids up that time, and it is what it is. And sometimes I feel like I'm in a straitjacket with my rules. So even when I seen like this candle right here, I feel like I should still let myself get an entry if I get a pullback. Let's see. In my brain, I seen that this candle had popped, and in my mind, I missed a trade. But I mean, you can see it kind of just it was soaking, 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 soaking. Had plenty of freaking time to get in. I mean, because this was that 5 minute candle to make a new high right here, and you can see it pulled right back. I mean, I could have got what's the high of this candle right here? I would have been looking for like 380s right here. So I mean, I could have got an entry, still risking this low right here. Um, Low the pullback, but it is what it is. I took RENX. I bit the loss on it right here on this rejection in pre-market. Um, right idea, wrong time. But that's fine. I kept the red day small. Yesterday was a super good day. I know we only got Thursday to trade tomorrow, but yeah, I'm even feeling a little rusty making this video of like what to talk about. But I think the biggest thing was just like I needed to pay more attention to, what house had the most volume, and I was not far off. RENX was probably the next best thing in pre-market this morning. It was cranking pretty good volume. CYCN was also just was all obviously just on another level. But yeah. So gonna see what we get tomorrow. Gonna try to be more locked in. But again, not a bad day. Small red, that's fine. I can live with that. I'm gonna take it on the chin. I really just wanted to come in here, just talk about a few things, um, review for a few minutes, and that's really it. But yeah, peace.